Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the horror movie review. The horror movie review with Daniel Richardson. I want to apologize. I've mentioned this before at the beginning of the Joe Bob Last Drive-In season. That yes, I always record this show Friday nights, but Last Drive-In's on, and I got a live tweet, and so it gets pushed at the end of the night. It's currently like, I don't know, 1 something in the morning, something like that. And tonight was a crazy night because there was a VHS night, and I took part of the Iron Mutant Challenge. I took notes on a couple really bad straight-to-video, shot-on-video films. I'm a trooper. And because I'm just so goddamn dedicated to all you guys out there, and I love you, the show must go on. I'm literally just pounding black coffee right now. It is insane. So, let's get to it. Tonight's movie that I'm reviewing is The Editor. But we're going to get to that here in a minute. We got some news. Hope you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys are having a great weekend coming up. Let's get into it, shall we? This past week, they released on Shudder The Amusement Park, which is George Romero's lost, or used to be lost, film. It was initially it was actually commissioned to be a PSA about elderly abuse and elder abuse and stuff like that. It turned out they even said like it was too disturbing. Now it's not necessarily a horror film per se, but the fact that George Romero is a horror icon, and that it deals with, I guess, horrorish themes. Yeah, it's on Shudder right now. I have not yet watched it. I'm actually excited to check it out. I noticed that I don't know, a lot of like my inner circle of like horror fan or horror friends, they are like, oh, George Romero's God, and he is, but it's like they only praise him for his 3 zombie movies. Like they don't even really go beyond Day of the Dead. They're like Land of the Dead and above, fuck them. But these 3 are great, and it's like he did so many other drama type stuff that was actually really good. Season of the Witch, I just watched that not long ago. Wasn't bad. I liked it. He had a different kind of pace, but I mean, The Crazies, Martin, and so I don't know, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm kind of, curious to see, what he brought to it. So yeah, it's on Shudder right now. Check it out. Sorry if I'm talking a little low. Adrian's sleeping right now. Don't want to wake him up. So anyways, Dark Horse Comics has announced they're going to be releasing a game division. And they're going to start turning some of their titles into video games. And of course, the 2 biggies that they're talking about is Hellboy and 300. But they said they also got a ton of other games or properties that they're wanting to turn into games. They didn't do Spawn, did they? That was Image, or was it Dark Horse? I don't know. I love me some Spawn. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not a gamer though. I don't know. I used to play games all the time when I was in high school, and now as an adult, I don't play games at all. So, anyways, I want to talk about this. This popped up, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Have you guys seen the new commercials for Oreo? Like, they got this new UFO inspired Oreo, but they're having this like big thing where like you can actually like you gotta order it. Like, you can't find it in stores. I guess you gotta order these limited edition packaged Oreos, but then like they want you to take part of the challenge where you go out and try to offer them to aliens. Like, they want you to stand out, I guess, in the middle of a cornfield and hold it up. I don't know what's going on here. It's the weirdest goddamn marketing ploy ever. And I mean, they're not even like cool flavored or anything. Like, they're just regular Oreos, which I'm honestly not a huge fan of. Like, I can eat Oreos. Don't get me wrong. I will, clearly I can eat Oreos, but like, I don't know. I kind of like the flavor. I want some mint, cinnamon. I've had that once. It was a Valentine's Day special. They were like, it's Flaming Heart or something Oreo, but they had cinnamon flavored. It's like, I want more of that shit. Fuck this. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're shaped like UFOs. They're disc, but anyways, I just thought it was weird. It popped up on Bloody Disgusting for some reason, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Must be a slow news day. It's a slow news week, I guess. But we do end off on a pretty cool note. So it was announced because of the mega blockbuster, even during the COVID period, big blockbuster that is A Quiet Place Part 2. they're going to make a third movie. Now, initially, I guess it was kind of announced as like part three, but then they quickly came around and said, "Oh no, it's not part three." Meaning, I'm guessing they're going to do a part three and do the trilogy of the the family or whatever. But they're going to do a spin-off movie, which I remember John Krasinski said something like that. Like he always thought about doing another movie. He ain't going to do it this one, but he always said that there's a whole world they want to expand on. And I guess they're just trying to get that extended universe going, But either way, Quiet Place spinoff is going to be supposed to come out in a couple of years or something like that, or it's already slated to come out for a couple of years. So it's like, I'm in. I haven't seen part two yet. I'm sure it's good. Love the first one, so we'll have to check it out. And that's it for news. Now, movie coming out this weekend. Speaking of extended universes in the horror world, we got a movie coming out this weekend, The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. Now, I've already kind of talked extensively about this, not just on TPS TV, but just recently on the Half Hour Bullshit podcast I do with Josh Chaney. So I'll kind of keep it brief. I don't want to just keep repeating myself. But for people who just watch this channel, I guess, if you want to get a full fucking rant, check out those two shows. Anyways, basically the Warrens are back, and this time they're tangling with the devil. I'm assuming it has to be the devil. Anyways, I know nothing about this case, and I don't want to look it up either, because I'm afraid if I look it up, then I don't know, the movie may not live up to it. Like, I was ending with the Conjuring 2, like I know that was based on a true story as well, but I didn't know anything about the whole British thing, and so I didn't look it up at all beforehand because I wanted to go into it kind of surprised or whatever. So this is the same thing. I have no clue about any of these. I didn't really follow the Warrens' work. Like, they didn't become famous to me until The Conjuring. Like, I know they're supposed to have been around forever, but it's just like, I didn't know who the fuck they were until The Conjuring. So, but anyways, opens up this weekend. As I mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring verse. Even the bad movies I like, namely Annabelle and The Curse of La Llorona, which it's a bad movie, but I enjoy it. So I don't know, I'm into it. I want to see this movie, check it out and everything. So if you guys watch it, let me know. Spoiler free, please. But yeah, let me know. Drop that shit in the comment section. Let me know if it's good, if it's bad. I don't know. The only thing that's I'm kind of leery about is the fact that James Wan's not directing it. I can get over that pretty quickly. All right, let's get on to the movie at hand. We're talking about what year was that? 14? Yeah, 2014. Sorry. I'm trying to breeze through this. But I want to give a good review for this film right here because it deserves a good review. The Editor. It's a Canadian film from 2014. Basically, it's a lot of murders are happening, a lot of bodies piling up, and they're all looking at the film editor like maybe he did it. This film is a love letter of sorts to giallo films. The company that did this, production company, Astron 6, I just recently watched PG Gorman, or PG Psycho Gorman, but they did that, and then they also did W is for Wish, the segment in the ABC's of Death 2. And they done, maybe there's something else I watched, I don't know, can't remember. But they've done several things that I've really liked. And so it's really cool that, they did this one too, and I'm just like, this is a company to actually start paying attention to. Like, I don't know, I feel like they're on the big things here. But like I said, it's a love letter to giallo. These guys did it. And I'll tell you right now, like, this is definitely not a horror film. This is definitely a comedy spoof, if you will. A lot of insider type. I mean, if you're a fan of giallo, you'll get a lot of the humor, a lot of the jokes or whatever. If you don't watch giallo films, it may just come off really weird and wacky and goofy or whatever. But anyways, right off the bat, I just love the tone. I'll tell you right now, God bless these guys for throwing in tons of tits in this movie. I know, 2021, no one's supposed to like tits anymore. Whatever. I love tits, and they need to be more in horror movies. That's the thing. Like, I remember, and Joe Bob had a whole thing about this on The Last Drive-In a couple years back. But he was talking about how, like, a lot of modern horror filmmakers are proud. They're like, we don't objectify the women. Blah blah blah. Blah. We don't put no tits in our movie. And it's like, they're not objectifying. You're empowering these women. In most cases, And so it's just like, tits. If they want to do it, don't free the nipple. Free the nipple. That's what I say. Free the nipple. women should just be topless all the time. What the fuck? You know, we're all equal. We're all created equal. Gender equality and all that shit. Titties. And this movie has a, because I mean, once again, you watch these old giallo films, I mean, there was quite a bit of nudity in them, and so they did not skimp on that at all. And the funny thing was, if you watch this movie, like, there's random scenes in the background where a girl will just be disrobing, like, but like, you know, in the middle of like whatever, like they're on a film set, or they'll be like in like an office or a library or whatever, and there's just a girl back there getting naked, but it happens like throughout. Lots of sex scenes, same thing, just tits out. Oh, it's great. The gore, a lot of practical effects on this thing, and the gore is really good as well. Those guys, it makes I just watched the Psycho Gorman, and there's a lot of awesome practical effects on that, gore-wise and stuff, and it was also just fucking phenomenal. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give too much away, but I just love, you know, the nonsensical ending they give it, because a lot of these like giallo films, you just get lost. Like they're very plot heavy, but at the same time they also have like no plot. Like I don't know, it's weird to explain. Like a lot of times it's like they have a central storyline, but then as they play out, you just realize like this is all a bunch of fucking nonsense. Like at the end you're just like, what the fuck? And they go for that and they nail it perfectly. Another thing I love that is you know, this was a Canadian film, clearly with Canadian or American actors, whatever, but you know, English speaking actors, and they dub everybody's voice, and it is fucking brilliant. I love that. Once again, a lot of the giallo films, you know, if you didn't watch the original subtitle version, more 9 times out of 10, especially back in the 80s and whatever, when they came over here on VHS, they were always dubbed. And I love that. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's brilliant. A brilliant little touch to this film. I highly recommend it. It's on Shudder. I think you can find it also on Tubi. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Tubi. Don't quote me on that. But I know for a fact it's on Shudder. I'm not just trying to shield Shudder. I mean, I love Shudder, but you can find it elsewhere. You know, by all means, do it. But that's where I found it at. Anyways, but no, it's just brilliant. It's funny. I don't know. I just feel like if you're a fan of horror, or especially giallo films, I think you would get a kick out of The Editor. It's just great stuff. I really like it. So. And it has my boy Udo Kerr in it, and I love Udo Kerr. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. That's how much he's my boy. I don't even know his last name. But anyways, guys, that's it. If you've seen The Editor, let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Did you like it? What did you like about it? If you didn't like it, tell me why, you know. Open up dialogue. That's one thing I will say about, I love doing these shows, is I get feedback, and people are always, you know, giving me their opinions, and I like it, like I said, because a lot of times I'm usually on the outside with my opinions, so everybody's, you know, quick to tell me, we don't like your, you know. But no, if you like The Editor, you know, or didn't, let me know what you thought about it in the section down below. That's all I got. Guys, thank you so much for staying up late with me. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Till next time.